Now we are going to see, now in this, before we have seen the LED on and off by using a precise delay using timer. Now this is our same program, but in this we are going to use the precise delay LED on and off, but by using a timer, and with timer we are going to use the interrupt. Okay, so again we are going to do the same thing. We are going to open the MPLAB ID. Okay, and previous program will just close. So anytime whenever you want a new program, just close the previous program. We'll write a new program, project wizard, next. Then already we have discussed, that is we have to use the C18 compiler. Next, then project. Now what name we are going to give? I'm saying delay. Okay, using timer and using interrupt. Okay, so these, and specifically what this is the name of our project. Okay, and we'll say save, next, and finish. So our project is created, delay, timer and interrupt. Now once our project is created, we have to add our source file. So what is the source file? That is .c file. So we'll just add a new source file. Okay, see. Okay, now we have added the source file. Now we have to save it. Now whenever we save the source file, we are just going to say interrupt, okay, with delay, interrupt delay. Okay, interrupt delay using timer, because we are using the timer also, interrupt also and delay also. Okay, for the creating of a delay. Okay, now again what is happening, I have not save it by the source file name. So what I have to do, again I will say save as, okay, and the same name, but here I'm going to say it is C source file. Now I'll save. Now can you see the change? If I save just directly, I will not see the color change in the file, but if I save very precisely, I'll see this change. Now what this file is, again we are having a header file, then hash pragma, the pre-directives, and now we are using the interrupt service routine, interrupt. So what is an interrupt? Whenever interrupt is that whenever a process is going on, we are just having something in between, that high priority interrupt occurs. So what will happen? We have to go to the interrupt service routine, and the interrupts of all the addresses of the interrupt service routines are in the interrupt vector table. So here we are going to specify the interrupt vector table addresses. So hash pragma interrupt vector table address. So this is our interrupt vector table addresses. Okay, so we'll just start with the coding. Again we are using the tri-state, that is again it is an output port, port B. Again we are initializing as 00, then timer control register, TMH, everything like the previous one. Now what is that? Now we are saying interrupt globally, we are going to turn on the interrupt, and here we are saying while 1. Now what is the reason of saying while 1? Because whenever an interrupt occurs, the timer is going to change its it's going to go to this interrupt service routine, and it is going to create the delay. Okay, so and for that also we have to write a precise hash pragma code. What is that? Void hide interrupt void underscore asm go to timer interrupt service. Now this is only the user defined name, the rest is predefined, that is the code has to be written in the same form. Now in this again we are going to give this two values, and we are going to, so we're just going to we are just going to add the source file. Now what was the name of our source file? It was timer interrupt delay, this was the name. Okay, and we'll just say open. Fine. Now once we have done this, we will just compile this program. We will see that the program is compiled successfully, and in the interrupt file we have seen that which port we have used. We have used port B. Okay, we have used the port B. Okay, so what is the next part? That is we have to go to the device manager, check whether the port is connected. Yes, Silicon Lab is connected. Then we have to go to the tiny bootloader. In the tiny bootloader again we have to check it is COM3. Again we have to check the device. The device is working fine because it's getting a device detected, it is getting. Then we have to go to the browser. At the browser, now what was the name? It's delay timer interrupt. Okay, so this was my file. Again I will say open, and I will just write the file in the code. Okay, it has done successfully, uploaded in the hardware. This file is successfully uploaded in the hardware. Now I'll just go with the hardware. Okay, I will just this work is done. Now this work is done. Now what is the next? Again I will do the connections, and I will add the 9 port 9 adapter supply voltage. Then I will take this RFC flat cables and I will just say reset. Okay, after reset I will just connect it, and again it will create a 10 milliseconds. The first and the second programs are same, only is that is with using timer and with interrupt. This is the program. Okay. Okay, okay. So in this two videos, we have given the code for the timers generating a delay, LED on and off, generating a delay using timer, and second is again turning on and off the LEDs with timers with interrupt. Okay, fine.